Welcome to the High Vibe CEO. I am your guide, Maddie. We are going to be doing a mental rehearsal tonight. We're going to specifically be mentally rehearsing going live on TikTok. Are you guys ready? I hope so. Let's dive right in. I want you to get comfortable and let your body settle into wherever you are. Now, take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Good. And now you can release it. And again, breathe in and slowly exhale fully with a sigh. Now, I want you to imagine that it's just a normal day. You're sitting in the space, you create your content, your laptop is open, it's in front of you, your phone, it's nearby, your light is on, and today you are going to go live. But this live feels a little bit different, just a little bit. Because recently you made a really big decision. You invested $500 into a digital course. $500. You remember exactly what it felt like when you bought it too. Maybe there was a little excitement. Maybe there was also that little voice that was saying, I really hope this was worth it. But you didn't spend that money just to collect information. You invested because you're building something. You invested because there was something you wanted to learn from this course, something you wanted to become better at. And now you're actually using what it is that you learned in that course. I want you to look down at your computer screen. TikTok Live Studio is open and running. You can see yourself in the preview. Your title is there, your camera is ready, your microphone is connected. You glance at yourself one more time and you feel that familiar sensation in your stomach. The tiny rush of adrenaline, because in just a few seconds, anyone could enter the room. And you're not just going live to hang out today like usual, you're actually going in there to sell for the first time. Notice what happens in your body when you think that. Maybe there's a little resistance and maybe your brain says, what if nobody buys? What if I sound salesy? Or even what if barely anyone joins my live? Don't fight those thoughts. You need to let them be there. And move your hand now toward the button anyways. You don't need those thoughts to disappear before you act. Just look directly at that button, the go live button, and I want you to imagine your hand reaching out and clicking it right now. 3, 2, 1. Now you're live. For a moment, the room is super quiet. Then you see the first person that enters. Then another, you're smiling. Hey, come on in. Another person enters and you're beginning to talk. You tell them what you're talking about today and you notice your voice sounds pretty normal. You're not performing. You're not trying to become someone completely different because you're selling something. You're just literally talking to the people that are in the room. Someone does leave, another person enters, the numbers keep changing and you can't even keep up with it. And you decide to keep going despite what the number says. Because you understand something now. People entering and leaving is part of TikTok Live. It doesn't mean anything or say anything about you as a person. Your job is simply to keep showing up for whoever is in that room. So you start teaching and you start sharing something you recently learned from this course. You explain it in your own words. You give an example. Someone actually comments and you read it. You respond. Another person asks a new question. You answer it. And suddenly you're not sitting there thinking that I'm trying to sell something. You're thinking I'm actually helping people understand something I now understand. More people begin to come into your live. You notice someone has been sitting in this live for several minutes. They're listening. You keep saying their username. Then they comment. That is literally what I've been struggling with. You smile a little because you know exactly what she means because that's literally you yesterday. You answer them directly. You talk to them like they're literally sitting across from you. And then the conversation naturally gives you an opening. You tell them about the course that you purchased, not desperately, not like apologetically either. Just like simply explain it to them. You tell them what it is, tell them what it did for you, who it's for, and you explain why you believe in it. And then you tell them where they can get it if they wanted to purchase it as well. That's it. You keep talking. You don't stare at the screen waiting for someone to buy. You don't suddenly question everything you said. You return to the conversation. Another question is going to come in next. You answer it. Someone follows you. You see the notification, then another follow. What? So many follows. How cool. And you're starting to settle into the live now. You've been talking long enough that you almost forgot you were nervous before you pressed that button. Then your phone lights up. There's a notification, and for a second, you don't even process what you're looking at. Then you realize you made a sale. You made a sale. Someone from the live actually purchased your course. Feel that moment in your body now. Do not rush it. Don't brush past it. Feel it. You were sitting in your room, talking into a camera, sharing something you believed could help somebody else, and someone on the other side of that screen resonated and trusted you enough to purchase. You smile, maybe you even say, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the purchase," and then you keep going. You look at the money that this course has generated for you in the duration of this one live, and that original $500 investment looks completely different now because you didn't just buy information, you learned something and you implemented it. You turned what you learned into action. Take one final slow, deep breath in and see yourself sitting in front of the TikTok Live studio again. Your light is on, your offer is ready, you know what you're talking about, you see the button, you go live. And this time your brain doesn't ask, what if nobody buys? It knows something different now. No one can buy if I never make the offer. So you press the button and you show up. Begin to bring your attention all the way back to the room. Start to open your eyes and see the room around you. Thank you so much for listening to this mental rehearsal. I hope it helps. Don't forget to come back and watch it again and again as many times as you need for your brain to see it as safe and familiar. I love you, and I hope you have a good night.